Greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your Capricorn season reading. The sun will be in Capricorn, your fifth house of creativity and romance and sex, from December 21st to January 19th. And it is so good. This very sunny energy starts to fill up your life. It's time to be happy again, not so melancholy and hurt about the past, about what's happened and about what people have said. You have so much energy supporting you during Capricorn season. Look at the first card out, the Four of Wands. It's time to party, have a party, do something, spend a little, go have a good time. Whether that's building that good time into your life consistently, or it's literally planning to do something really, really fun with a partner, with your best friends, whatever it is, do it. No more holding back. That responsibility that's been weighing on you is finally letting up, and it is time to celebrate. Until January 2nd, we still have Venus in Aquarius, and so it's okay if you want to take a little bit of time before you make these big decisions. You may still feel this physical and financial pressure until the 2nd, and it may not even be that there is this real catastrophic financial strain, right? Like, it may not even be that bad, but for some reason it's like the world around you is so hard on you, and they're not seeing you as the lifesaver that you are in a work environment, and they're not quantifying that until January 2nd. So if you want to wait until the beginning of the year to make commitments for plans, for big fun that you want to have, feel free to give yourself time. Wait for Venus to shift out of your 6th house, because that pressure, whether it's physically really there or not, you're feeling it from the outside, or you're sensing it from the people around you, and you need time to shift out of that energy before you feel comfortable spending or making big purchases, or even saying, I'm gonna do this over the next year. It just doesn't feel like time yet for some of you, okay? But when this shift into Pisces happens, everyone sees you as this catch-all for everything that they need, and it is so sexy. It feels like you can just be your complete self. Like, I would say you feel happy and giddy about it, but you really just feel really justified. And there's nothing more attractive than, for you as a Virgo, when you feel high self-worth about who you are, not in that righteous way that is repulsive because you have an overinflated sense of self-worth that is really rooted in some really deep insecurity. Like, that version of you, nobody likes. Good for entertainment maybe, but nobody actually likes that version of you. The version of you that is truly humble because you know what you are capable of, and it is a lot. You know what you can do, what you have done, and it creates a very healthy sense of worthiness within you, to the point where you don't really have too much time to waste. You're just working on the things that you realize you've been blessed to have the opportunity to work on. Taking care of yourself, planning for the future. Like, that energy is so sexy because you're not wavering, but you're also not overexerting yourself, overcompensating. It's so beautiful. When Venus enters Pisces, there's no need to overcompensate. You are exactly yourself. Venus in your 7th house of relationships, and everybody wants and needs to be connected to that version of you. They're craving. They're like, wow, I didn't even realize how good you were. I had no idea. I was seeing sparks of, this version of you in moments, but I don't know. There was just something about you that felt like you just didn't feel good enough, I guess. And it's like, once Venus enters Pisces, you're like, your ego is just fine tuned in just the right way. And it makes you such a magnet for everything, for everything. So wait on that beginning of the year shift to really speak and to really say things that you want. Give it time. In the meantime, feel this fun really build up. We've got a new moon right away on December 30th in Capricorn, a new moon in your 5th house. You are seeing the good life again for yourself. After feeling pretty pinned down in your home environment, you see a very clear way to have a good time within your home, but also do some really fun and creative things that makes it all worth it. You may even be thinking about having a child or having another child, getting a dog, some childlike energy. A lot of childlike energy is coming up for you, and you really want to plant these seeds for it. You want a celebratory life with fun. So plant those seeds. Think about how it can come to fruition, whether it is having a child or it is getting another dog or pet or, adopting. There's some childlike energy that's like, you want that fresh spirit. You feel like you've already done life in a sense, and it's time to like just have something radically more exciting come to fruition. So this could be in the form of an actual baby, child, pet, or it could be something creative, something that you're passionate about, where you're finally ready to go at it in this very attractive way. The Four of Wands is like, every time you put energy into this thing, it's going to produce super abundant results within you. You're gonna feel really celebratory about it, like, wow, this is just amazing, people want to celebrate with you. But also there's a financial element to it as well. Your seeds are sprouting, especially if you feel this high self-worth within yourself, knowing you're worthy of it, you're worthy of those clients, you're worthy of that business to work in the way that you created it to, you're worthy of the respect of your co-workers. As long as you feel that within you, they see you as a great partner. Speaking of partner, we haven't even talked about really romance. Let's talk about it. Some of you guys, you're really ready for, this new moon in Capricorn is a new moon in your house of romance. You're in love. And it's amazing, and it humbles you. It's hard on you, but you want that. You desire it. You need people who are going to push you to grow in a healthy way for you. And you finally found an energy, or you finally see the person who's been in your life as someone who you really want to build with. The 10 of Wands for the long term. They've put the work in a way that says, okay, you've genuinely earned my love, and because you jumped through all of those hoops for me, I'm gonna relax a little bit, and I'm gonna actually let you feel how much I really do love you, because I really do love you. I'm gonna actually let myself feel it. I wasn't sure before. I needed time. I needed to see if you really could keep up, because this work is nonstop, and the more we desire, the more work is going to take. And I need to know how disciplined you are. Are you focused? Are you detail oriented? Are you really on your game day to day, or are you going to get comfortable? This person, whether they were that way or not, being around you has created a standard that they cannot deny. It's one that they respect. They don't want to miss out on this opportunity, even if they have to work hard as hell just to keep up with you, just to stand beside you. And they may even be motivated to you know, they want to romance you, and they understand that as much as their natural version of themselves is, you know, attractive to you, they understand that productivity in a very impactful way is very sexy to you. And so they're leaning into that. And it's just creating this cycle of growth within your relationship that it's getting fun, where it's been very hard and just ugly and just gross and just, you know, you've been beating the hell out of them because you don't accept excuses. If you're not doing the work, what the hell are you doing? There's nothing to talk about. Just do the work and get it done, and we'll see from there. Where that has been the really heavy energy between you and within your connection, because you don't have time to, you know, soak in that inadequacy. You won't feel inadequate when you get the work done. Now that they understand, they have grown up, you feel like grown-ups. You feel like you know what responsibility really means within this connection, and now you can finally enjoy it, especially if you're dealing with a Libra or a Virgo or someone with heavy Libra or Virgo placements. It is light. The communication gets light, and you guys are, you know, yeah, there's a lot of debts, or, you know, there's a lot of work that will have to go into merging lives, and it's going to be not easy, right? It's going to take time, and it's not something that should be rushed. And as long as you don't rush it, you're able to work through this merge, this complicated merge. It's always complicated. You're able to work through it. Yeah. If you rush it, if you are naive about what it takes to come together within a relationship, and you rush and you know, you pay for it. Oh, you try to just build over like real issues. You know, you just think, oh, I'm just gonna work through it, right? And you don't really get to the root of what needs to be resolved. The really dirty, dirty, dirty work here. Things can really blow up in your faces, and you feel really drained, you feel uncommitted, you feel blindsided by what it's really going to take to make this work. If you rush, if you're naive, if you are too in love, you know, if you're too in love, your blind spots will eat at the connection until it's the only thing. That blind spot is the only thing that you can see, and then you've got to dig yourself out of a hole. Don't rush. I know it feels good, it's exciting, the change is exciting, but don't rush. There's a lot that you need to fix within yourself, that they need to fix within themselves, and it's going to take time, and it's going to take real hard work. It's going to take therapy. It's going to take time alone. You know, it's going to take you addressing things that don't have anything to actually do with each other. It's really hard spiritual, emotional work. Mental work, it's hard. And you don't want to underestimate it. Even if things start to feel sweet, you don't want to underestimate. Okay? So under this new moon, set the intention for the good time, but keep that tied in, right? That this is going to take work, as fun as it will be. We're going to stay in this space where we understand that there's also a job and a responsibility to this thing, and there's also an approach to this that will only be clearly revealed to me in time, and I need to be ready for those moments of reveal to incorporate and not be so immature or too in love to the point where I have no energy, I have no real groundedness, and I cannot. It's too much. The work is too much. You don't want to shift into that space. So the new moon is an excellent opportunity to lean into the long term, and the long term is filled with a lot of ups and downs, you know. And you love the opportunity to work through something. So just don't put too much on your plate. Don't let moments where you don't feel engaged and you feel isolated by your own fears and their own issues and, you know, areas where they may be lacking or they have work to do, make you feel like that's the end all be all and that's this moment is everything. It's not. So keep all of that. Set intentions that you will be able to work through the hurdles, and you will take time when things feel like shit, and take time to process them. Give them time to process. Give yourself time to process. Okay? We talked about Venus entering Pisces on January 2nd. This is going to help a lot with this processing. It's going to help a lot with this trying to balance this really, really fun, sweet, romantic energy with the shadow of both of you, of your lives, of this overall situation. It's going to, one, give you a break physically, because you do need to do this emotional work, and you do need to see things fully for a moment. You haven't been able to see things fully. It's been so up and down. It's been really good, and it's been really heavy, and it's like, okay, finally a moment where you can put both sides of the situation together and process it, talk about it even, without harshness, and you know, you see what you want it to be and how you want it to be. And you also don't have to rush physically building anything. You can just feel it for a second, and it feels like peace. Like peace. Peace of mind. You guys can just be really helpful to each other. And you can give yourselves time to let go of whatever was forming before that you realize is not solid foundation. It's loss in the best way. It's making you stronger and bringing you closer together. It's yeah. Let's talk about money. Venus in your house of relationships, we talked about it a little bit at the beginning. Venus entering Pisces, up until that moment, there is this desire for more power that you're having within your work environment. You want more power. You feel like you're working too hard to be where you are, and it's just so obvious how people see you. And it feels like you're working your ass off just for you to accept the same level. And until Venus enters Pisces, there's a real struggle. It's important not to go back and forth. It's important to have healthy conversations about what is desired and be clear. Take time, think about it, have a conversation, take some time, think about it, come back to your work, come back to your partners, have another conversation. And if it's one of two things, either you get to the point where you realize this is just not what you want anymore, the situation is just not serving you anymore, it served you for a while and it no longer is. When Venus enters Pisces, you're able to healthily accept that within yourself and prepare yourself to move on, because you've received what you needed to from that situation. They've given you all that they can, and that's just what it is. It's not something to, really be sad about, even if it does feel a little bit sad. It's just like, it's just time for something more, and you've exhausted all possibilities within it. And it's not even just that you've exhausted all possibilities, you just realize that you just want something different, and you're someone who can craft things and bring people on board and bring them into the state of change. But sometimes people aren't necessarily ready for that change, or sometimes it just doesn't fit, and that's okay. It is okay, and you will feel good when you let this space from the situation that you realize you no longer want to serve in the same way. You let that truth come out. You let that truth come out. It's so good, because you no longer want to feel this lack, and this situation is creating a sense of lack within you, and you just cannot accept that any longer. Or you will give people time between now and January 2nd to sit on what you are desiring. You will give yourself time to really think about a way that this can work long term. And when Venus enters Pisces, the idea becomes very clear. You realize where you need to work a little bit smarter and let go of a previous way of building and working, and you're able to be honest about where your mindset was lack-based, where you maybe were lacking some experience that was creating some challenge within this work dynamic. And all of these conversations happen in a very honest way, but in a way that brings everyone back to an abundance that has felt like it's been on hold for a little while, because you've been assessing healthily, as you should. Wait until it feels like this. It doesn't feel like that right now. It doesn't feel like that. You are going through this assessment, and it's a good thing. Even if it makes you uncomfortable, it makes other people uncomfortable, that is okay. Do your assessment. You wouldn't do it if you didn't feel the need to. It's a learning experience for you and everybody involved. Do your assessment. Just keep things cordial. Yes, it's going to change things in ways that you didn't expect, but that's what happens. You bring about physical change. Let things change. Okay? Wait until it feels like this. If it doesn't feel like a win that you can work at for the next year at least, then it's not it. Don't rush into something just because this assessment is a little bit difficult. It's a little bit complicated. Don't let your emotions and push you into a space where you accept something that feels like this for someone else, and so they push that energy on you, but really it's just, you just feel stuck. Like the things that you want are never going to get the energy that they need. Wait until you feel it. Wait until you feel the real appreciation. Outside of that, it's just a performance to get you to buy in. Wait until it feels like the power that you expect at this stage of your life. It is time for some physical change, and you need to demand it, and that's where we are. You also have support coming back as well, because Mars is currently retrograde in Leo in your 12th house. And so the way that people want to, oof, I don't want her on that. 1 second. Lay on that, Paisley. Come, Paisley. Come. Right here. Come on. Right here. Yeah, good. It's easy to disagree right now. That's what it is. It's just easy to disagree. It's conflict. But Mars will shift back into Cancer, into your 11th house and your 11th house of community. Bam, bam, bam. And conversations get much, much, much easier. Much easier. You see that people just felt disconnected from you. They felt like your wants were against them in a way. And maybe they were, because you are angry and you have been really upset and frustrated. But when Mars moves back into Cancer, you still love your wants are your wants because they are that, but it's not because of some, you know, animosity. There's also this Mars energy and it's retrograde, and so this community energy can be kind of nasty. When people realize that you're getting everything that you want, it attracts a sense of envy that you want to be very careful of, because it's very subtle, it's very quick, and people will quickly try to tear down what you have built, or your creations, your side hustles are manifesting, and it's attracting trolls, and it's not a good thing, and that the energy sucks, but it means you're growing. So don't be triggered by it and don't react to it. Focus on what this new growth means for you, what you can do with it, with your own confidence, but also physically. Mercury will shift out of Sagittarius and into Capricorn on January 8th. And you are ready to see some new things, some new places. You want to take a trip. You want to see the world differently. See your world differently. Whether that's reinventing your look, it's changing the way that you go about your day-to-day life, it's changing something that you're creating, it's changing something within your home. You really want to feel like you are starting fresh in your life. Within your mind, you feel like you want to build in a way that actually feels like growth, not just, you know, putting in a little bit here, you want to feel this, like things are building on top of itself and actually forming into something that is not just emotional. You don't want that anymore. You don't want just this emotional energy that's like, like this looks cool, this looks fun, I like this. No. You want things to actually be worth something more than just the spirit of it. Because the spirit of it is good and right, then it was worth doing. You know, that humble energy within you. It was worth doing. I'll keep building on it. No. When Mercury enters Capricorn, it is time to get results. And anywhere that you're not getting results, things need to change very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. Very, very quickly. And it's going to come from your voice. It's going to come from your magic. You no longer are okay with coasting, and you know, it's no longer just about learning and slowly integrating. No, it's about things actually being the way that they are supposed to be, because you're not afraid of them working out. It's supposed to work out. You're supposed to get what you want. It's supposed to feel good, look good, and be valuable to you. This self-effacing humility gets eradicated when Mercury enters Capricorn, because your energy should not be used just to be used. Your energy should create a cycle of abundance. When you put energy out, it should come back to you. No more being okay with putting energy out and it not coming back to you. You have boundaries, you have standards, expectations, and you have a purpose for everything that you put out into the world. Yeah? Yes. Even if that means being a little bit more aggressive about those needs and desires. I'm getting ready to make those burgers. Are you hungry?
Yeah.
I'm hungry too.
Oh, perfect.
You clean up?
Yeah, they're clean. Already got a little cut.
Nice. Oh, yay, Mara, I can see your face.
Clean the tub out too. Oh, I didn't know if you wanted me to do it, because remember we were talking about the feet and stuff. I can give her a bathroom.
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna leave them out here, okay?
Okay. You'll want to do it now, or you want to eat first? Get him.
He's not in.
Yeah.
Oh, I can do it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you.
No problem.
But yeah, just her and her teeth.
Her teeth?
Have a toothbrush and stuff in there.
Do you use
Hold on, let me get it for you.
Okay.
1 second, guys.
Come on, babes. Come on, babes. Meal Express. Come on. Hey guys.
No, she's not gonna let you do it. You gotta put her in there.
Come on, girl.
And towel, more tourist stop. Towel, you use a towel for them?
Yeah.
Okay. Then you can use the same one for her.
Okay.
Okay.
I know. Alright, guys, get out.
Mark, you say that? Good job, Mama. Let's close the window. Come on, Mars. You guys did great. Oh, Mother, you look so cute with your new haircut. Okay, and we're back. Sorry about that. The pups are getting clean today. Baby is cleaning the doggies. Okay. Okay, so after that, this moment just made me think of another reason why you have to get the results. You're investing a lot of time and energy in this thing, and as much as it's amazing to create, you know, this Aries energy, you've got to create, you need to express yourself, you need to just be heat, right? As much as that energy does need to be expressed and it needs a space, even if it doesn't always get a financial return, there's a lot of time and energy going into something that hasn't been producing results for you. And there needs to be a point where you get angry about it, right? And you say, no more. I'm not downplaying myself anymore. I'm not being too soft with myself about this. I need to change the things that I'm doing that's keeping this from working. But also know that there's support from the divine, the world, my life, the energy right now that's helping me say, no more being sensitive about this, no more being emotional about this. This needs to get me to the place that I need to be. It needs to produce a financial return. It needs to be done in the right way so that I can keep doing it. It produces something that I can actually healthily afford to continue to invest my energy in, not in an irresponsible way. It needs to actually grow into something meaningful for me that I can lean on. So the full moon in Cancer also is supporting this. You know, this is a full moon in your 11th house on January 13th. Sora, leave him. You're pulling back all of the things that are not working. You're pulling it back. You're saying, I realize that was a part of the growth process. I realize that was a part of my past, and I don't have to be anything like that anymore. That was my past. That was the growth journey. I'm taking all of those experiences and I'm powering through them to get me to this place that produces results. It makes people want to talk to me. Sora. It makes people want to be aggressive about showing me that what I'm doing is actually valuable, and that's the response we're looking for. But it starts with you, and it's so good because you deserve results. You deserve what you want, but there also is a part of you that in this time is learning how to assert yourself and not just be this humble, helpful person. No, you deserve abundance, and you're no longer putting your energy out there as if you do not, or as if you're questioning it. And as the sun enters Aquarius on January 19th, this may mean that there are a lot of things that you pull your energy back from in very intense ways because you realize that those situations have been reflecting this lack back to you, and it may have started with you, right? But those situations are so physically potent that you just you can't be there anymore. It is not helpful for your financial growth. When the sun enters Aquarius, you are doing the thing that you know needs to be done. It's not about feeling, it's not about having fun, it's not about, no, it's about the work. And it may leave a lot of people confused. It may make you feel a little bit, you know, emotionally scattered because it's an adjustment. But you know, as the sun enters Aquarius, that every moment, every word, every action is either getting you closer to this wealthy version of you, right? It's either serving this wealthy version of you, or you're pouring your energy out into someone else's purpose, and we're just not doing that anymore. We're not. You are going all in into the work that it's going to take to nurture this opportunity, therefore attracting people who want to be nurtured by you or who want to nurture you. That is the only focus. That is the only focus. And you can't be everywhere, because when this Aquarius energy comes down on you, it's a lot. Physically, it's a lot. And so if you're scattered everywhere, it makes it really hard. You are ineffective. You've got to pick the areas of focus and make that the only focus. Everything else is just not a priority right now. It can't be. You have something that you have to do, and you don't need to explain it to anyone who's not a part of it. It's time to go. It's time to build. It's time to stop letting yourself. Sora, get down. Stop letting yourself be used by your environment. It's time to work on your thing. It's good. We'll talk more about it. It's good. We'll talk more about it in Aquarius season. But all in all, we have work to do. And we need to focus on it solely. Get ready. I'll see you then. Love you, Virgo. You can schedule private birth chart readings with me through the link in the description in the meantime. And the Capricorn season playlist Height is out now on Apple Music. Link is also in the description. See you soon.